Good afternoon, friends. Today I'm going to demonstrate how Suri chart controls indicator works. This indicator is available through the TradeStation's trading app store. Uh, Chart controls indicator is an add-on indicator which lets you manage, customize, and manage various lists of stocks, stock symbols, or FX symbols, or commodity symbols, or sector symbols, or you can make your own favorite daily watch list, or anything like that. And then you can build these indicators into simple text files. And then once you build these text files, and then it will let you actually manage it on the charts. So first I'm going to do is I'm going to actually just turn on this indicator called a chart controls. This indicator, right? So it has got a couple of features. The first is so just to show you the some of the basic parameters of this is it'll let you, it has got a crosshair feature which will let you control its thickness and its style and its colors and that type of stuff. And then the second is the one of the first thing is let's manage its lists, managing the lists. So the lists are actually built it into a single file called a list.txt. This file is located on a directory called Suri stocks. So that is the list. It reads that list into this list drop down box. So where you have a bunch of names of these lists are provided here. And then let's just suppose you have a one called a Suri 200 where I manage about 200 stocks, or let's say suppose I have IBD 50 or a FX list, or you have some type of a daily watch list. Let's say you can add that to, or a momentum list, or a pattern list, or whatever it is, and you can put those symbols into that list, and that is the list. It actually reads it. Once that list is read it, or once you pick a list, it automatically loads the symbols from that list into the symbols drop down. So this will help us. Now we have these two lists loaded, and now we have chart controls. The chart controls has features like you can move forward and backwards in this list whatever you selected. So for example, here we have a Google chart, and this is from the Suri 200 list. So if I press the next button here, the next button will jump to the next chart in the list, and then you could move forward like this, into multiples of these places, and then you could also go backwards and forwards too. For example, here we have a city group, and then if you move back, then it will jump to broadcam, the previous symbol in the list, or you can even jump to the next one, is the brocade type of list. In addition to that, what else I have is you can load this list automatically by using something called auto refresh. So if you press this, and now we have a delay of 5 seconds, so at every 5 seconds it will actually go and load the next symbol from that list. So you can actually sit back and see this as a slideshow. So let's say suppose at any point you wanted to analyze this chart a little bit further, so you can actually pause it and then see this chart, like for example here we have a caterpillar chart, and then not only that, here you can actually add more indicators to this. So these indicators remain on the chart, like how TradeStation does it. Like for example, I'm going to add an indicator called it's a 200 period moving average. So I just added that to this, and then you can see this, and and you can also add these indicators into the subgraphs too. So once you have this list, you can either press next button to move forward, to remove from the pause, or you can even remove this auto button, auto checkbox, and then it will stop, and then from then onwards you can actually either go back or go forward with these buttons. So in addition to that, what else I have is I have something called a crosshair feature. Crosshair feature will let you jump to any date on the stock. For example, you have we started the crosshair here, and then I have a drop down box where I can pick a date from this date picker module and jump there, or you can even So once you pick 2013, it will jump to that point, and then it will also scroll back if you wanted to scroll back into the chart, and any date the charts can be scrolled back backwards and forward in the chart, and this can happen both on a it can happen in a minute chart, it can happen on a daily, monthly, and weekly charts too. We also have another feature is that just you can actually fine tune it by jumping it to 1 day at a time. You could also move this horizontal bar too. Okay, horizontal bar, so here it moves by 1 second. The last feature is that you can save this chart by a single click. If I press the save chart button, it actually saves this particular screen into a directory called Suri Charts directory. That's the first thing which you need to create it. We can also change the time frames on these charts. Let's say suppose if I want to jump to weekly chart, you can do this, or you can take a picture of that, save the chart too. So that's the presentation for the chart controls indicator. And then as I said, you can download this from the trading app stores, and then you can test it out. Thank you guys.